Happy April Fool's Day! This video is a look into the alternate universe where Jeanne got her own versions of the Bayonetta 3 weapons. Let's get into the weapons, starting with S-Sault, Jeanne's version of G-Pillar. Its description goes: a large caliber anti-materiel rifle that incorporates tissue from a runt of the litter of a group of Gomorrah. The runt, nicknamed Sodom while possessing the same power as its siblings, lacks the ferocity shared by the species. Fortunately, a truly powerful witch is able to make the most out of the demon. Instead of a less potent, reckless demon, we have a fine-tuned weapon that is reliable and strong. Surprisingly, despite being able to be used as both a club and a rifle, this is not a favorite amongst witches throughout the multiverse. The name S-Sault to me is meant to sound like assault, which means attack. Originally, I connected it to an assault rifle, but G-Pillar isn't that, so here we are. The S and the description refer to a demon named Sodom. This is to make reference to the twin biblical cities Sodom and Gomorrah. But the real reference I'm proud of is combining S-Sault and G-Pillar to reference Lot's wife, who was turned into a pillar of salt when she looked back at the city of Sodom when it was destroyed. The final part of the description, where I say this is not a favorite amongst the witches throughout the multiverse, is a meta reference to the poll I made in which G-Pillar is the lowest ranked Bayonetta 3 weapon. Jorogumo, Jeanne's version of Ignis Erine Yo-Yo. Its description goes: a beautiful woman who fell to Inferno due to her deceptive lifestyle. Robbed of her beauty and given a spindly body with spider-like features as punishment for her transgressions, her remaining soul inhabits a set of 4 yo-yos under the new name of the arachnid demon Jorogumo. Equipped on the hands and feet, when swung, they release sharp blades as they spin rapidly. She is no longer able to deceive, so her fury towards her fate manifests as scorching lava to damage her enemies. The yo-yos equipped on the feet can also function as wheels, allowing the user to skate around at high speed. Jorogumo is a direct reference to the yokai of the same name. Jorogumo are spiders, specifically golden orb weavers, that are able to transform into beautiful women. It was depicted by Toriyama Seiken as a spider woman manipulating fire-breathing spiders. When she sees a man she wants, she lures him with her beauty and promises of quote-unquote affection. When they fall for the trap, she ensnares her victims and poisons them. I chose Jorogumo and stylized its name with kanji in front of it because that was a common theme amongst Bayonetta weapons before. ChuChu Express, Jeanne's version of Dead End Express. Its description goes: a chainsaw-like weapon that was created using the interstellar metal used by a species of alien mice for their escape rockets. In spite of weighing more than a ton, truly strong Magick users can wield it with ease. In addition to its use as a weapon, it can also be straddled and used as a vehicle. Whether as a means of escape or an instrument of destruction, wield it wisely as it can blow up in your face. I like relatively forgotten Sega IPs. Today's fixation is ChuChu Rocket, an action puzzle game released in 1999. The main characters, if you can call them that, are the ChuChus, mice who you have to guide against other players towards a spaceship of your color. You're also trying to avoid giant orange cats known as Kapu Kapus. This is one of the weapons with a more extreme color palette change that I shifted to look like Jeanne's demon masquerade form. The end of the description is simply referencing that if you hold too long on the attack button while using it, it blows up. Khamsin, Jeanne's version of Simoon. Its description goes: a pair of fans that were crafted from the feathers of the infernal demon Malthus. These feathers were harvested by summoning a Malthus and collecting the fallen ones while it flew. Lighter than paper yet more durable than steel, the fans are used to slash enemies with twin arcs of feathers. They are capable of delivering powerful attacks on par with direct attacks from Malthus' own wings. The name Khamsin means an oppressive, dry local wind affecting Egypt and the Levant. These winds are similar to the Simoon winds, but they last much longer and can affect the same area for several hours. Longer-time fans of Bayonetta may notice that aside from the platinum metal used for the fans, referencing Jeanne's status as the Platinum Witch, the different colored feathers match Malthus and its wings when Jeanne summons them in the first 2 games. Hecate, Jeanne's version of Tartarus. Its description goes: a pair of thick steel weapons with a gate-like design, created with rubble from the fallen Umbran clock tower, entwined with the angered soul of a goddess who walked amongst the Umbra. Some say that the goddess soul that was infused with the weapons belonged to the goddess of magic and gates, Hecate. Caught up in the destruction of the Umbran clock tower, she cast a spell allowing for the witches' souls to fuse with the tower, to protect them from being consumed by infernals. The description pretty much spells it out. Hecate is the Greek goddess of witchcraft and boundaries. In this context, boundaries refers to borders, doorways, and gates, either physical ones or ones dealing with separate realms. I thought it would be fun to connect the gate design to a goddess who is known for both gates and witchcraft. Simsalabim, Jeanne's version of Abracadabra. Its description goes: a weapon that once used to be the hat, cape, and cane of an unaffiliated magic user. Erroneously nicknamed the devil himself, Dante, no, not that one, would use his magic powers for his own monetary gain. Eventually, he met a strange man who was amused by his show. Revealing himself as the true devil himself, the man proceeded to show the magic user how to transform his magician's gear into a weapon. Infused with demonic power and spirit energy, the weapon is unpredictable and powerful. Throughout time, magicians would use nonsense words or phrases to cue up their tricks or parts of their performance. Probably the most popular is Abracadabra, but another one that is popular is Simsalabim. Simsalabim was famously used by Danish-born American performer Harry August Jansen. He would use the stage name Dante the Magician. Simsalabim comes from a Danish children's song. He was named the devil himself by a magic historian named Phil Temple. I thought it'd be fun to incorporate a way for Rodin to meet Harry and upgrade his gear, since Rodin is essentially the devil, or Satan. Panthaedos, John's version of Cruel Altea. Its description goes: a unique weapon form of Lavalus, a type of infernal demon born when pets become lost in Inferno and adapt to survive. In this case, the group decided to shapeshift into matching weapons. Despite the uniform nature of the group, they each had individual ideas for what weapons they wanted to be before they settled for their current formation. The yellow one wanted to be a dagger, the blue one wanted to be a lance, the pink one wanted to be a bow, the black one wanted to be an axe, and the red one wanted to be a sword. Panthaedos is a portmanteau of Panthera, which is the genus lions are a part of, and Phaedos, which is the planet the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers got their ninja powers from in the movie. I changed the colors to reflect the 5 original Power Rangers, though the placements are a little wonky. The weapons named in the description refer to the weapons used by the Power Rangers of their respective color. They also all combine, which reflects Labalus. Amphitrite, Jeanne's version of Cassiopeia. Its description goes: a living anchor that used to belong to the goddess of the sea and the most beautiful of the Nereids. Named in her honor, it was once used to smite down a vain queen who insulted her and her fellow Nereids. After centuries of contemplation, she decided to allow part of her soul to live within the anchor to help those she deems not only beautiful, but strong. Legends say that when you swing the anchor, you potentially run the risk of summoning a giant sea monster that is the beck and call of the king of the sea. The name Amphitrite comes from the name of the Greek goddess of the sea, who was also a Nereid. Nereids are water nymphs and are the 50 daughters of Nereus, a sea god. The reason I use the name Amphitrite is the connection with Cassiopeia. Queen of Ethiopia, Cassiopeia boasted that her daughter Andromeda was more beautiful than any of the Nereids, which made them angry. Poseidon, who sympathized with them, decided to send a flood and the sea monster Cetus to attack the land of Ethiopia. This is what the end of the description is referencing, even though Cetus was more of a serpent and later associated with whales. I just thought it would be a fun connection to explain Kraken's association. So technically, Ribbit Libido BZ-55 is already Jeanne's weapon, but let's just dub this as Bayonetta's new weapon in this alternate universe. Crescendaria, Bayonetta's version of Ribbit Libido BZ-55. Its description goes: a microphone stand that previously belonged to a Romani Umbra witch who lived in Spain. She worked as a cigarette girl as she was no longer part of a clan. Her true passion was singing, so much so that she fashioned her microphone stand to be a spear so she could always have it with her. As a result, her microphone and its stand were infused with magic as a consequence of her singing her chants when killing angels. She became known as a remarkable singer and was able to live doing what she loved, both figuratively and literally. The name Crescendaria is a portmanteau of crescendo, the loudest point reached in a gradually increasing sound, and aria, a long accompanied song for a solo voice. The Romani Umbra Witch is a reference to the opera Carmen. The titular character, who was a cigarette girl in Spain, is most popularly known for L'amour est un oiseau rebelle, which to English from French translates to Love is a rebellious bird. You may know this song as Habanera. The true passion for singing and becoming a famous singer is just stuff I came up with to connect it all together.
Now do you realize the power of the Umbra?
Would you believe I had these designs ready for almost 7 months? I had a fun time coming up with the names. The colors were less thought of unless I pointed them out. What would you call them? I'm sure you all have your own names that you'd come up with in this case. I was a little disappointed Jeanne didn't get her own versions of these weapons. Regardless, this was a great thought experiment. Anyway, I hope you all have a nice April Fool's Day. See you next time.